In our very first Flip It or Skip It, we're going to be talking about the 30th anniversary of Batman Arkham Asylum, the Absolute Edition. That's up next. Alright everybody, welcome back, and like I said, today we're going to be having our very first ever Flip It or Skip It, and we're going to be talking about comic books today. And I don't do a ton of comic book reviews, but this one I'm really excited about. I'm hoping to do more of these in the future. But before we do that, I'm going to ask that you hit that like button. That does help the channel out tremendously. Also subscribe if you have not done so, and click that notification bell that does notify you every single time I put out new content. So let's get into this though. This is what we're going to be talking about today. This is the Absolute Batman Arkham Asylum, and this is the 30th anniversary, written by Morrison, illustrated by Dave McKean. This is a classic, 30 years ago. I cannot believe it. And here is the Absolute, but here is my original book. This is the one that I purchased. Let's see, how much did I pay? $24.95. I paid for this in 1989. This is the one that I went, I'm trying to think, I was around 13 years old, I think, around that time, and I was in search of anything Batman, because of course Batman '89 was the movie of the year. It was phenomenal. It's one of my favorites of all time, and so at that age I was thirsty for anything that had to do with Batman. And I came across this book. Now, up until then, I of course had been reading Batman comics, but it wasn't until I picked this book up here that it was almost too adult for me. It was almost too real for me, and scary almost. And the reason why is because of the amazing illustrations. I had never before seen anything like this. The realistic, the creepiness that was captured in this book. And so I remember reading through it, and I had never seen or read anything like it in my life, and I didn't really at the time know how to grasp it. It was not one of my favorite books. Now, this is a story about Batman in Arkham Asylum. It deals with a lot of Batman's most famous villains. It also deals with the curator of Arkham Asylum, Jeremiah Arkham. It's just a very interesting read, and as an adult, I appreciate this book so much more than I did when I was a kid, because again, I just didn't understand it. I didn't understand the illustrations. It was very dark. You know, it's just so different from anything that I had seen prior. So when I saw that the Absolute Edition came out, or was coming out here just this month, I was very excited about this. And so I do want to show you and share with you a little bit about this. Of course, let me kind of show you what it looks like there. Just really cool art. I love these cases. I know, like, I'm going to give a shout out to Jim Mint. He does a lot of things with Omnibus. There's not a ton of DC Omnibus as far as I could tell. I'm still kind of new and just kind of getting a few pieces. I do have a Grant Morrison, one of those. But I already do have 4 Absolutes, and I want to get a bunch more. I really like the Absolute because of the size. They're a little bit bigger than the Omnibus. They're not as thick though. A lot of them are a lot thicker. There's more content for sure. So you probably get your bang for your buck a little bit more with the Omnibus. But I do want to show you, make sure I show you the back cover there of that too. So this is the outside case here. These are kind of like a hard cardboard. But let me show you the actual book itself. Just really cool art. And then on the back, again, really cool art. And there's the spine right there. So nothing too special about that, but I really like this. And again, Mr. Arkham right there, really cool. So what I thought I would do is I just want to show you the inside. I just want to show you and kind of flip it. Like I said, we're going to flip it and skip it, figure out which I like, or if it's good, if I should keep it, if it's good for the value and all that stuff. Again, this is the very first one of these, so we're going to see if we like these or not. I'm anxious to hear your comments, but let's just go ahead and get into it and see what it's like inside, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, so the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to show you the size difference here between the original book that I owned and purchased in 1989 versus the new Absolute. You can see that the size is much bigger, but I do want to show you the front cover here and also the back cover. Just really cool. So anyway, I just wanted to show you the difference in size. I'll move that over to the side and we'll focus on the actual book itself. But this is the actual, just the case, the cover, which I think is really cool. And then we will go ahead and move the book into view here. I love the cover. I just think it's really impressive, really well done. It's just a really cool Art Deco style, very creepy. And then the back, you're going to have this great view as well. Really impressive. I love it. And it's definitely reminiscent of the artwork inside. The spine, as you can see, really cool. Really neat. All right, let's just go ahead and dive into this thing. So basically, of course, you know, having this oversized book, you are going to have oversized artwork, and that's the best thing about all of this. You're just going to be able to see the artwork so much better. You're going to be able to appreciate it. Again, this is not necessarily a review. It is just a flip through. I just wanted to share with you what the artwork looks like. Really pretty inside. The colors are just incredibly vibrant. Taken from the original artwork. This photo right here, of course, incredibly famous. Really neat. And again, very scary, you know, especially for the time. There was just nothing like this before with these more, you know, realistic renderings. This style reminds me a lot of Libremajo, which I love. That realistic, kind of grim, dark image. Just look at this. I mean, look how great this all looks. I love it. As we flip through the story, I'm not going to, you know, flip through every page because I don't want to ruin it for you guys if you've never read it. But I did want you to be able to see the artwork and what it's like inside. Again, the thing I love about the Absolutes the most is the oversized, you know, images. I just think it's just so cool to be able to see them like this. But again, you know, you just don't ever... I mean, you do see artwork like this nowadays, but back then you just didn't see anything like this. And so I think that that's why it has such a great reputation. Its dark nature, of course, the fact that it's in Arkham Asylum. I mean, just look at the art here. It's just so cool. Love the story. Love the story. Again, a lot of little panels throughout this piece. Joker, Two-Face, every villain's here. Just really cool. Now, as we get to the back here, it does have these individual character profiles here, which I really like, of all of the villains in it. It's got some verbiage by the artist and the illustrator here. Special thanks. It's also got a note on the restoration of this book, which is really cool. So how they restored the book, how they did this, what's the process. They scanned the film from the original. Really cool, right guys? I mean, that's really neat. So they talk about this. There's an afterword. There's the full script. So here we actually have the full script of what it was like when they were originally laying this book out. So it's really cool to be able to see that and all the liner notes and things like that that they have put in here, which is really cool. All the extra little notes here in the bottom. You know, they crossed off words. Just really neat. Really neat to see. So a good chunk of this book is this script. As you can see, a lot of pages of script. And then even some sketches, kind of outlines. I mean, look how cool this is with all of the little thumbnails, how they were originally blocking it out. It's just really cool. Basically, this is kind of like a behind the scenes. Think of it that way, behind the scenes. Then we also get into the Arkham Asylum gallery back here. So again, kind of original sketches. You can see the skeleton bat right there. Isn't it interesting how they lay all this out? Really neat. There's Arkham right there. Then we also get back here. These are some illustrations that have maybe appeared other places. This says clay mask used as a base for the photo paint collage. So they actually used three-dimensional shapes to make some of these illustrations. So again, these are images that you've just never seen before. Different covers from different places, maybe reissues and things like that. Look how cool that is. It's just awesome. Oh, I love this art. Details from the colored pencil drawing for the cover. So here we actually get more detail over what I showed you on the front cover. And again, just a really cool book, guys. Really impressive. Alright guys, so there you have it. That is our Flip It or Skip It for the 30th anniversary of the Absolute Batman Arkham Asylum. Do I flip it or do I skip it? And I am going to flip it. It is definitely worth flipping through. It's definitely worth owning. It is really great value. Now, again, I love the Absolutes. They don't do Absolutes for anything other than the best Batman stories out there. They don't do them for everything. So you know it's the best illustrations. You know it's the best stories, the best writers, and this is one of them. This is a critical book in Batman mythology. You should pick this one up. It's usually less than 80 bucks. In-stock trades is a great place. Amazon, I will put the Amazon link down below if you're interested in that. But I recommend it. If you've never read the story, if you've never seen the artwork, definitely it's worth owning and putting in your collection. I love these Absolutes. So far I have Batman Hush, I've got the Long Halloween, I've got the Court of Owls, and also the Killing Joke. I'm hoping to get a whole bunch more. They're all going to be on my Christmas list. So anybody that wants to send me Christmas presents, wink wink. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, I'm hoping to get a bunch more of the Absolutes for this year. I think there's like 5 or 6 more that I'm hoping to get. And I'm really glad I went ahead and picked this up. I was going to wait till Christmas too because my family needs ideas. But I couldn't wait. I really wanted to see what this was like. So I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about this type of series, whether you want me to do more of these type of reviews, these Flip It or Skip It's. I also am going to have our good friend Dan Dufault. He's going to do some of these for us as well. So I'm really excited about that because I do want to put more comic book content on this channel because that's what I love. I've been focused on the statues, but I also want to kind of branch out a little bit and share that with you guys because that is also a passion of mine that I don't talk about too often, but I do want to share it with you more if you are wanting that. So let me know down below. Let me know if you have this book, if you're planning on getting it, if this review inspired you to get it. I love to read all those comments. I try to comment to as many of them as I can. I don't always get to everybody, but please let me know down below your thoughts on this book, if you're going to get it, and if you enjoyed this type of content, because I would love to hear from you. As always, guys, thank you so very much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please give it a like, please comment, and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you in the Batcave.